On behalf of all in Ballymena Academy, may I extend a warm welcome to our Year 13 Parents Information Session. Firstly, I think it's appropriate to begin by extending my congratulations to you all on the performances of your sons and daughters at GCSE. Their attainment over the 2 years is recognised in an excellent set of results overall, and in keeping with recent years, with over half of the year group getting 7 or more A-star or A grades, and results in excess of Northern Ireland Grammar School averages across all subjects. Having effective parental partnerships and support is central to the success of this school, and more importantly, its young people. And I'm certain that the excellent standards attained could not have been achieved without your encouragement, patience, and perhaps even coercion. Again, in sixth form, it will only be through us all working together that we can ensure not only success academically at AS and A-level, but also importantly enjoyment and personal development for our pupils, your sons and daughters. Given that it's only 5 weeks since the start of the academic year, it is probably hard to believe the year group was completed around a sixth of the teaching time available in the AS level year, and should, despite the challenges of COVID-19, be well settled into the classes in their chosen subjects. The announcement by the Education Minister that AS examinations should go ahead if at all possible has provided some clarity on the year ahead. Other than if there were considerable disruption by COVID-19, we welcome the opportunity that this provides for our young people to demonstrate their knowledge, understanding and skills through the examination process, but trust that sufficient adaptations are made to ensure that no one is disadvantaged adversely by circumstances beyond their control. The Minister has also stated that schools should seek to cover all of the AS level content, but that it will be permissible for students in each subject to either sit all of the assessment units or to omit an assessment unit which they will stipulate. For those students who choose to sit all units, the grade awarded will be the higher of either the grade achieved through the mandatory units or the grade achieved through the combination of all units. In that context, it's our current intention to cover all content as outlined by the Education Minister, and to defer final decisions on the assessment units to be sat until later in the year. If there is disruption, teachers will seek to amend their teaching accordingly. Further detail is provided within the Parental Information Booklet, while Mr. Neil Patterson, Vice Principal, and heads of subject departments will be happy to address any queries. Given the experience of last year, we wish to retain evidence of students' progress throughout the year, in case this is needed as part of contingency arrangements, and therefore it is vital that your sons and daughters hit the ground running and establish routines which will allow them to achieve their best over the next 2 years. However, I would place on record that it's not desirable, nor in pupils' best interests, that they should be under the apprehension that the outcome of every assessment is absolutely vital, and we intend to provide further reassurance on this in the weeks ahead. As a school, we've been pleased in recent years, not only with the results achieved at GCSE, but also the excellent achievement recorded at A-level. These standards have been achieved alongside a retention rate between Year 13 and Year 14, which is amongst the very highest in Northern Ireland. Despite this, there's always a very small number of pupils who do not meet the criteria to return to Year 14. Those criteria include a good behaviour and attendance record, together with a minimum of 3 AS pass grades and with a minimum of 100 points from the subject studied. Those grades, which are lower than the Year 14 requirements in many schools, are not there as a deterrent, as we wish to see all pupils realising their potential over the 2 years, but because previous experience shows the necessity for such attainment at AS in regards to future success at A-level. We believe that approach is working when you look at the last 3 year groups which have just completed A-levels, where 98% of those who started year 13 ended up with 3 A-level passes 2 years later, in contrast to a picture across Northern Ireland which isn't widely publicised, in which 15% of pupils don't make it into year 14. Pursuing 4 subjects at AS and thus eliminating the chance of a badly selected A-level is one element of this. With the potential for further restrictions, there's certainly increased pressure on pupils and staff, emphasising the importance of high levels of attendance when able to do so. Homework and associated study are other essential components of AS and A-level success. In that regard, it's very important for your son or daughter to set aside time each night for study, yet to strike the right balance between schoolwork and other activities. It's also essential for your sons and daughters to develop other skills and qualities that employers desire. Indeed, in addition to good academic results, a number of Northern Ireland's most influential business leaders are at pains to emphasise the importance of developing skills and qualities in areas such as teamwork, resilience, leadership and communication, together with good habits in terms of attendance and punctuality. This is why in this school, in addition to our focus on academic excellence, we place much emphasis on high standards in behaviour and uniform, as outlined in our sixth form contract, and on personal development through our formal and informal pastoral structures and our co-curricular provision. It's especially important in terms of the challenges that study for examinations can bring, that we encourage our young people to live healthy lives in which they balance their study with appropriate recreational activities. It is why we've been keen to restart, albeit with some safety measures, many of our co-curricular activities. Finally, in sport, you may not be able to win a game through your first half performance, but you can make it very difficult to do so. So it is with the world of A-levels. Whilst AS success on its own will be insufficient for young people to realise their university aspirations, not so good performance can close down avenues even at this early stage. Not all universities use the same measures to determine offers, but the importance of good AS performance on a UCAS application cannot be overstated. I trust that circumstances will permit us to meet face-to-face on future occasions, but in the interim I hope that you find the session to be informative. And before handing over to Mrs. Oakes, Head of Year, I wish to thank you for taking the time to listen and remind you that despite the restrictions of social distancing, please engage with us on any concerns that you may have. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to our Year 13 Parents Information Session. My name is Catherine Oakes and I am currently Head of Year 13. It is my pleasure and privilege to be in this role and to play a part in caring for your children. Under normal circumstances, we would have had the opportunity to invite you into school to discuss the information face-to-face. The fact that we are delivering this virtually makes it no less important. The transition from GCSE to A-level can be difficult, and its chance of success is greatly improved by effective parental partnerships. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about pastoral issues and pupil support, and also give some suggestions as to what you as parents can do to help your sons or daughters as they commence their A-level studies. As a school community, we care for and support our sixth form students every day by providing an environment in which pupils can realise their full potential and pursue excellence in all they become involved in. We understand that beginning a new course with new routines will have presented a challenge for some already, and we would encourage the pupils to seek help if they find they are struggling. We have an extensive pastoral support structure within sixth form. All Year 13 pupils know that they can speak to Mr. McLeister, Mrs. Harris or myself at any time. Pupils may find it difficult to report concerns. So we have external assistance and support from a qualified counsellor who is in school every Tuesday, and we're also extremely fortunate this year to have the continued access to the services of an occupational therapist who is available to pupils every Thursday. Pupils can self-refer or be referred to this confidential service, and both have already proved an invaluable source of support for pupils this term. The excellent GCSE's results awarded in August reflect the obvious talents and abilities of our pupils. They've been warned, however, that A-level work is significantly more demanding than GCSE, and are now experiencing something of that step up, which is required when studying 4 AS subjects. As the word advanced implies, the content of each subject is generally more extensive and the degree of difficulty much greater. Material is covered more quickly than at GCSE level, and most pupils have already realised that this different approach to study is required when they're expected to be more independent, take more responsibility, and be in control of their own learning and their own progress. In school, study periods in the quiet environment of the minor hall allow pupils to make best use of their time and to complete their tasks that have been set. However, choosing only to do the work formally set is not enough. At home, pupils may need to further their knowledge on topics covered in class if they are to achieve their full potential. If your child has to self-isolate due to COVID, study material and information is accessible through Google Classroom. On that note, your support in ensuring that your child is fully engaged with Google Classroom would be much appreciated. It's essential that students are now signed up to all their relevant classrooms in order to access core material, receive important information, and upload assignments as necessary. Pupil progress is monitored through common assessment tasks. These take the form of homeworks, class tests, coursework tasks, and mock exams. In the coming weeks, pupils will be provided with a minimum acceptable grade, or MAGS for short, for each of their individual subjects. These grades are calculated by the University of Durham using the pupil's GCSE score as a measure of their ability. They are the minimum standard accepted in all pieces of assessed work in each subject. Pupils are expected to be consistently working at or above the MAG level. Inevitably, some pupils may experience problems and underachieve, and there are support strategies in place. Many subjects use learning logs, some have support clinics or coursework workshops, and many provide revision classes where the pupils can attend. Mrs. Harris will also provide pastoral and learning support with anyone underachieving in Year 13. She advises and assists students where required, especially those who are adjusting to the demands of AS level work. To succeed academically, pupils need to organise themselves and the time available to them. Time management is a skill that is invaluable in the years ahead. Being organised for school means pupils attend registration and classes on time, as well as ensuring all deadlines are met. Good attendance is recognised as being directly related to high achievement, as pupils benefit from the guidance and expertise of teacher input. In the event of serious health problems or difficulties which cause unavoidable absences, every effort will be made to ensure the student is supported and assisted to catch up. By keeping planned absences to a minimum and encouraging full attendance, you can help them to manage their time better. Being in the sixth form brings pupils the opportunity to spend time and meet other students within their year group, to perform all sorts of important duties, and not least to set an example to the younger pupils in our school. In this capacity, it's essential that the sixth formers are well presented and continue to adhere to the uniform guidelines, and that they are respectful in all their interactions with staff and pupils alike. At the end of this year, the pupils will have an opportunity to apply to be prefect or a member of another leadership team, for example, peer mentors or marketing team. And it's been wonderful to see the pupils to re-engage with co-curricular activities again, such as hockey, rugby and choir. We ask that you would keep encouraging your child to participate. Not only are co-curricular activities and hobbies vital in helping develop the young person as an individual, but there's a direct link between academic achievement and attendance at school-based co-curricular activities. In addition, involvement in these opportunities really does enhance their application for UCAS. Many students choose to work part-time, and this does provide valuable work experience and the acquisition of life skills. But like all activities, it's important not to let them take over and the schoolwork to suffer as a result. So what can you do to help? Number 1, communicate. Communicate regularly with them about school. They're not too old for this and still appreciate knowing that you're interested. Ask questions and listen to their answers. Then communicate with us to help alleviate any fears or difficulties or concerns they may have. Please do contact me if you have any questions or concerns at any time. I may be teaching and unable to speak to you at that time, but I will return your call as soon as possible. Number 2, assist. Assist your son or daughter to plan their time wisely, to have a good work-life balance. Work together with them to try and give them the time and space to study effectively each evening at home. Number 3, reinforce. Reinforce the high standards that we promote and expect in all areas of our school life. And finally, encourage. Encourage at all times. When they achieve success by scoring equal to or above their MAG, offer your congratulations. Celebrate their success and achievements in order to motivate and encourage them. We as a school, in turn, commit to do the same. We care for our young people so that they can achieve their full potential. Thank you for listening.